Good evening. My name is Selwyn Collins. This is my first novel, Shade of Ebony, the first volume of a trilogy. I'm going to read for you an excerpt. Someone courageous and visionary entrusted an important mission, shrouded in secrecy, to a woman. They had no idea she would have such a significant and wide reaching impact on the lives of the girls she encountered, or the groundbreaking path to success she would forge. Little did they know, her remarkable work would not only leave an indelible mark on the community, but also shape the trajectory of future generations. We met this extraordinary woman for the first time on a chilly September morning. We had no idea what to expect. We were to find out more about her methods in the early mornings, those mornings before any hint of sun, when the breeze blew brisk and nature knew when to whisper or to be quiet. We would come to appreciate the value of a good night's sleep. We stood waiting. A much younger woman, black leather boots gleaming in the mid-morning sun, marched up the winding gravel path. Her footsteps echoed with each step, crunch, 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 until she came to a halt, 9 yards away from us, 35 wide-eyed, hand-wringing 9-year-old volunteers. Valsa Hill, also known as the Edge, had the personality of a cardboard box. Sideburns curved backwards, and a dab of red lipstick added a hint of character to her face. With a measuring gaze, she sized us up. She commanded, "Girls, front!" Her voice echoed through the valley, over the cornfields and beyond the trees, like a rumbling dumpster on the winding tree-lined road miles away. Legs trembling, we turned on our heels as one, eager to obey, eager to follow her orders, uncertain of what or who awaited us. We stood awed by La Matron, the woman standing before us, her feet straight, her heels together like a colonel standing at attention. Behind her, beyond where the compact gravel of the square ended, a vast forest of trees stretched for miles. They stood tall and imposing, like vigilant sentinels, watching us, intimidating us, guarding us from our immature selves. A vibrant flock descended upon the lush green and earthy brown undergrowth, where only 5 days ago a flurry of squirrels darted in every direction as our bus pulled up near the outskirts of the square. La Matron, the woman chosen by someone with courage and vision to shape us into the ladies we would become, the envy of many, stood confident and dignified, watching us without a blink or twitch. Like a commanding officer preparing to address our platoon, La Matron waited for the noise to subside before delivering her message. During the campfire orientation on our first evening, our history and philosophy teacher shared an inspiring story about La Matron. She dedicated her entire life to nurturing young black females, instilling in them the values of being noble citizens, committed to building, serving, and protecting their communities. On a 5 mile run early the next morning, the Edge told us that La Matron despised mirrors. No one alive had seen her grin, the Edge said, not even her own reflection. She alone held the power to determine our fate over the next 7 years. But first, we must endure the grueling first week of tests and am I worthy exercises. We stood in anticipation, with La Matron's gaze fixed upon us like a fierce lioness, recognizing her younger self in our hesitant eyes. Standing tall and regal, her hair combed back in a bun, and a crisp blue cotton dress hugging her figure, she radiated authority. With her heels still together, chest out, and arms clasped behind her back, La Matron's unflinching gaze studied us. Her expression conveyed a sense of judgment, as though calculating who among us would falter under her watchful eye, as if deciding who would have the strength to persevere and who would be the first to quit. One morning, 3 months later, we awoke to find two vacant cots. They would stay unoccupied for the next 7 years as 33 young girls discovered the power of unity, learning to move and think as a unified entity. This significant day also marked the moment they gave each of us a young plant and a puppy. These two these two gifts belong to you, the Ed said. You look after them, especially your dog. Become its best friend. Watch it grow as you grow. Your success here depends on how well you manage these two gifts. We raised our hands, but she ignored us, saying, this is to test your ability to love and nurture. It was the second lie they told us. Thank you for listening.